Hey, welcome back. 2 p.m. with the Trigger. How's it going? It's the start of another new week, and we will be continuing our series on freedom from the fear of public speaking. But we're going to pick that up on Tuesday and Thursday for the rest of the month. Thanks for everyone being a part of what we're doing this month with 2 p.m. with the Trigger, doing something very special with digging deeply into the fears we have with public speaking, but also helping you find answers. Today, we're back to some of our normal topics, some of the normal stuff that we get in here at 2 p.m. with the Trigger, sometimes a guest, sometimes a topic to explore. Today, we're going to get into one that I have struggled with personally, professionally, and it's all about how do I plan and succeed as a businessman to financially succeed and leverage my value, my worth, my expertise, and set my pricing and my services at the level that I should be probably compensated for, that I'm comfortable with, and in a way that people will buy. It's very confusing. It can be very frustrating to build out your value and your finances and your worth because everyone wants something at the lowest possible price, right? I know people now that actually go into regular established businesses and they actually haggle like a flea market. They try to make deals at the flea market, but they think everything can be manipulated and haggled and prices can change. But as we know, there is a value in our worth. Part of coaching media expertise, part of helping people learn about their brand awareness is helping people understand you are an expert in your field. And as an expert in your field, you are worth the value of your expertise. And that's been a hard one for me to really apply to myself some way. So this has been learning on my own, learning with other colleagues to better balance everything out here on what's worth it, what's not worth it, what's the quality, what's the value, what's the price. So first of all, we're going to start off with how do you figure out this financial planning? It's your expertise and your experience. First of all, you got to start there. Your experience and expertise, mine particularly in media branding, training, whatever yours is, fill in the blank, does have a price. It does have a value. It does have something you can quantify. You can justify your fees if you have a strong track record. I've been doing media for 36 years. I didn't just pop on this with pandemic. I didn't just do this the last several months. I have 36 years of professional branding media work. What do you have in your area of your expertise? That's one of the ways to start looking on that. Look at the projects you've done. Look at the level, the quality of one. Look at who you've worked with. Look at who's hired you. What sort of reputation do you have? That goes into this expertise and experience side of evaluating that. I have worked with semi-pro football, basketball. I have worked with high-level CEOs. I have worked, and go on your own list. What have you done? Who have you worked with? And what can you show for this? It will show a little bit of what your work and value is about. Now, market demand always plays into this question because the market is going to change. And as it shifts, you need to adjust. Now, it doesn't diminish your value and your worth. Make sure that's very clear. Just because a market is going through tough times doesn't mean your value is any less. But a smart businessman will make adjustments. A smart businesswoman will make adjustments. So you do have to look at the high and the low. If there's a high market demand, if people are looking for what you have as a skill and expertise, you can charge more. Don't gouge them, but you can charge more. There's a fair market value here. However, if the market's saturated, let's say, there's a bazillion media marketing, streaming content people out there, and there's just too many of us, and the market won't bear it, you need to make the adjustment. Now, these are basic 101 lessons. These are really how it all starts out, but it goes deeper and different. So think about what's your unique value proposition. Mine is, as you hear every day on 2 p.m. with Trigger, mine is help you shine on camera, shine on stage, elevate you and your brand authority. I believe you can build your own media empire. And I help coach and equip you. I create services and products that actually help you do that. And eventually, hopefully, you'll start doing that on your own. If not, come back and hire me again. But those are some of the things you need to look at. How complex are some of the services you offer? The more complex, the more expertise will leverage that you will stand out as a person that can achieve that unique thing in your unique space. Your pricing will probably go higher there. Now, I have been in a high level media place for a long time. My problem is I love what I do too much. This is one of my struggles. This is total transparency. I struggle because I love to do what I do so much and I want to help people. I'm my own worst enemy. So part of this is I have to hold the ground and say, no, you are worth this. You have the value, you have the expertise. So you need to be a businessman, not just a guy helping everybody. And that's a challenge for many, many people. Now, you need to know what is that unique proposition now. What is that unique thing that highlights the selling points you have? Again, public speaking for over 30 years, media for over 36 years. This is something that not many people really hang out and make a career. Usually, we're hired out by a major iHeartRadio, Fox TV, something like that. I have worked in some of those areas, but I like being my own businessman. Why? Because I help create business empires, media empires. That's my unique branding. That's unique proposition. Will that justify a higher price? You got to ask that for yourself. Will the things that you do bring a higher price? Can they justify that your unique space is of value to other people? These are all questions. Wrestle with them yourself as I wrestle with them. Now, one of the other variables that's always hard and mysterious to figure out is as you're trying to figure out what your financial value is, what services you will have, what pricing you'll put on them, you have to quietly figure out what budget does your client have. And that's not an easy one to do. You don't want to just flat out say, hey, Joe, how much money you got? And then I'll figure out how much I'm going to charge you. It's always awkward, very uncomfortable. Some of this is you need to figure out what your client could have. Look at the space they're in. Look at the market they have. How long have they been in business? How big of an expert are they? This is where you can start now evaluating where their budget may land. If you have a pretty high level CEO with a company that's been around more than a dozen years, most likely they're more stable financially. And they're also going to expect a higher level out of the people they hire. Their client budget will probably be higher. Also, with that client budget, you want to look at what volume of project are they hiring you for. Is it a one-off? Is it a long-term project? That will depend on how you put your bundles together to help them get the most value. You have the best long-term financial stability, and you're all safe and wonderful there. One way to do this is market comparison. Look around the market. Look around the market, other people that are similar to you. You should know about your competition, by the way. You should know about other people that are in the same space as you. They may be colleagues. They may be real competition. They may just other people in the space that you know, you admire, you've read their books, you've read their articles. Check out what they are doing. And from time to time, I regularly do this. I look at what others are doing in the space that I'm in, and in this media area. How have they adjusted? Are we in a recession? Which is a lot of talk about right now. That's one of the reasons I'm sharing this conversation of how do you know? How do you handle this? When things are flying high, how are other people managing? When they're traveling more, getting booking on stages more, or they're appearing more, how are the prices going? Your value and your worth. And how you charge people. There's so many variables to this, but look around your market and see what else is going on. The big one, the last two that I have for you are two big ones. These are the toughest for me, I think. Time and effort. Consider how much time and effort you invest into each client and each segment of the projects your clients hire. Again, I get wrapped up in media. I love working on projects. They can hire me to do a small little easy project, and I will always add more in for them. Why? I want them to be happy, satisfied, returning customers. Yes. Why? Because I love being creative and seeing people shine. But you need to look at that. And more, I'm learning to really look at that. One of the things I also often forget about with projects is How much extra edit time, post-production time? How much time am I going to spend on this project? Not in the project with the client, but on my own, working to make it extra pop, extra sizzle. In the media world, we spend a lot of time doing that. And I do not always budget and factor in that extra time. Thank goodness I have friends, colleagues, partners that remind me, hey, you put an extra 2 hours into that? Yes, I did. Did you bill them for that? I will now. Those are the things you got to remember as you work with this. Your time is money. People say that all the time. Your extra effort to put the extra little, the cherry on top that's going to make your project better, that's worth be. That's your expert coming through. That's why the genius in you is worth it. And then the other big one for me is the results in ROI, return on investment. What are the results that you're going to show for this? And this is where you need to keep track of the results you've had with clients. This is why I constantly am talking about get client testimonies, put them on your website, stick them on your social media. Your clients' testimonies are some of the best ways for you to be able to raise the value and the pricing and add more services and make your services better. When clients love you, let others know about it. And people will see and go, you know what, they did a good job over there. I know them. They expect good quality standards. If they did it for them, I'm sure they could do it for me. If you demonstrate a track of record delivery on bringing tangibles that have outcomes, they wanted to 5x something. They wanted to reach 200 people. They wanted to have this publication go out and reach this many people. Whatever it is, if you help reach your clients' goals, for me, it's branding, it's marketing, it's their identity. Did their identity get higher, richer? Were there more phone calls, more emails? Did they get booked on more podcasts? That's the type of stuff I look at. If you can justify that and record that, you can then say, hey, by the way, I am that expert. I can bring you the promise. I promise you. I can deliver on what you're paying me for because that's how good I am. But this is not easy. This is a very tough one. And I know not just I wrestle with this. I know a lot of people that wrestle with this very tough area of placing a financial value on you. I put me into the header, but on you and your services. You've worked hard to achieve what you've achieved. You've done training, education, maybe internships. Maybe you've had a mentorship. You've put in your sweat equity. You've put in extra hours to hone your skills. And then when you go out and do it, you're going to put everything you have into it to be the best version of you can for your clients. Why? To see them succeed. That's what they call you. That's what they want you. That's no small feat. And I have to remind myself personally of this all the time. What I do, how I do it to help other people with media is no small feat. I know a lot of people that have been in the space, a lot of people that have come and gone. And one of the things you can stand on, like I can stand on, is I'm still standing. I do know this space. You do know your space. And you can figure out how to shine brighter, make a living with this, not gouge your clients, not jack it up just because you can, but to have it be a fair market, a market where they succeed, you succeed, they get the return on their investment, and you make a living because your services, your expertise has changed what they do. Figure it out. Take some time. Planning the value of you, your finances, and the services. It's a big question. If you need help tackling it, always contact me, rich@richbontrager.net. That's rich@richbontrager.net. Or go check out the services. Check out what we do with Rock to Stage Media, rocktostagemedia.com. We are continuing to expand and grow and also cut some things. Cut some things that take away from our best attention to better serve you and to better help you. If you want to learn more about that, and about maybe the question that we've been wrestling with today, book a call, rich@richbontrager.net. Just hit the QR code, Reach out to me. Let's have a one-on-one conversation and let me hear what you're struggling with. What do you want to do with your media? And how do you want to raise your brand? How do you want to elevate your skills when it comes to showing up, to producing courses on video, to doing interview shows, to being on podcasts, and much, much more? Contact me. Hit the QR code. I'd love to talk to you to help you learn your craft better and grow your brand. And that's going to do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow again with another 2 p.m. where we're going to be back tomorrow. More of our special discussion on freedom from the fear of public speaking. Don't want to miss it. Gina Carr will be my guest at 2 p.m. Eastern Time live. Until then, I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Have a great day and keep rocking your stage.